Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. This video is part of the YouTube series that I'm making called Zero to Hero Business Central. In this series, I will be teaching or sharing everything that I know about Business Central. So in this particular video, we are going to go over what are tables and pages in Business Central. So first, if you see what are tables, a table can be visualized as a two-dimensional matrix consisting of columns and rows. For example, if you take a two-dimensional matrix which looks something like this, now this can be called as a table because this table now contains both rows and columns. So a table is basically a combination of both rows and columns. A table is collection of related data that is held in a structured format of columns and rows within a database. So a database is basically comprises of tables, and tables actually hold structural data. So if you see over here, now we have a table called employee table, which actually holds data related to employee. For example, employee ID, employee name, employee age, and these are called as columns and these are called as rows. So in here you can see there are 3 rows and 3 columns, and this is an employee table. Now, what are pages? Pages are the main way to display and organize visual data in Business Central. So we have data in the tables, but how that data will be shown to the user, that is through pages. They are the primary object that a user will interact with and have a different behavior based on the type that you choose. So based on the different types of pages that we have in Business Central, the UI looks different. So we have list pages, card pages, wizard pages, etc, etc. So based on the type of page that you develop, the UI element changes for that particular page. So pages are basically to show the data to the user, but the underlying data is actually stored in the table. So if you come over here, you can see I have a page called employee page, but in here the table is employee table. So all the data is stored in the employee table, but that data is shown in the form of page to the user in the UI. So let us build our very own employee page and table in Business Central in AL. So I'm going to go and open my Visual Studio Code. Last time we had created one Business Central project called Hello World, and now we are going to modify that particular project or add our changes related to both table and page. So first we have to create a new folder for tables. I'm going to create new folder for tables, and also I'm going to create new folder for pages because we wanted to organize our tables in tables and we wanted to organize our pages in pages. So first I created a folder called table. In this table I am going to create our very own first table called employee table, and we have to end our files with .al extension. So I'm going to create this one. I have created now the employee table, and in here we have a shortcut called table. If you choose this shortcut, it will automatically create a table for you. So I'm going to choose this table, and in here it is going to ask us for the ID. So let us choose the ID, and we can call the table as employee table. In here you can see it is already giving us suggestions to have employee ID field, so let's do that. And we can also have employee name and employee age, which we actually wanted. So employee name can be of text 100 and employee age is integer, employee ID is also integer. So for every table we need a primary key. We are going to discuss about keys later in the series, but in this video let's just take this employee ID as our key, because this key has to be unique. For each row we need to have a unique employee ID. So employee ID is a key to this particular table called employee table. We are also going to cover these triggers later in the series, but for now we just need to add these fields to our table. Also now we are going to create our very own first page called employee page. So we have pages folder. In this pages folder, I'm going to create a new page called employee page.al. Again, we need the extension al. Here also we can go with the shortcut or snippet tpage. So in here you can see, once I click on enter, it is going to ask me the ID. So let us give the ID, and let us say our page name is employee page. And here you can see source table. It is asking us to change employee table because the source table for this employee page would be employee table. So let us choose that. And in here you can see we need to add our fields to the page. So these are the fields that I have: employee ID, employee name, employee age. These have to reflect on the page. Then I have to add these fields in the page as well. So let us go in here, and since we already have our source table as employee table, we can access that employee table by using rec and then employee age. First is primary key. Let's give that, and let's copy this and let's paste. So now in here you can see I need to add different fields. So the second field would be employee name. So let us add that. Employee name. And the third field would be employee age. Employee age. So let us add that as well. Employee age. We're also going to go over actions and page triggers in a separate video, but for now we just need this page and table. So firstly, we have created one table called employee table. After that, we created a page for that table called employee page to show the data related to that employee table. Here you can see the page type is card, but we are going to change this to list page. We don't need card page right now, but we just need a list page. So let us do that. Here you can see there are different types of pages that we can have, like API, card part, list part, etc, etc. We are going to cover them later, but for now let us choose the list page. Now we need to build and publish this one. So let us do that. I am going to choose this shortcut Control F5 now. So let's do that. Control F5. It is going to build and publish this extension for us. So let us wait for that. Now it has published that particular extension. So let us first sign in, and here you can see we did not give any caption. So let's see. I think it is going to take the object name only. So let's search for employees page. Here you can see employees. It's a list page. I think this is a part of this is part of Business Central, but we have developed this one because this is of type administrator, and here also you can see usage categories are administrator. So let's click on this one, and okay, this shows card page. It should be of list page. Page type is list. I think in here we need to add repeater, but we have added group. So let us change this one. Let's change this to repeater. I think first also we didn't give employee ID, so let us change that. I think now it should be fine. Let's publish again. So let us open employee page. Yeah, now here you can see it's a list page. Earlier we haven't given the repeater because in list page we need to give repeater. So let us create our very own first record in the employee page. Let's say employee ID as 10, employee name is Tulasidas, and employee age is 20. And we can also create a new entry again. Let's say employee ID is 20 and employee name is Ramesh, and the age is 25. So that's how we can actually create our tables and pages. And if I do Control Alt F1, it is going to show me all the data related to this particular table. If I click on this one, it is going to open the new link. Let's sign in. Yeah, in here you can now see I have the data related to employee table which we have just created. Also here you can see all the fields that we have called employee ID, employee name, employee age, and the extensions. Here also we can find our own extension called AL Project 1. So that's all in this video. I'll be making more videos and uploading them on my YouTube channel in this series called Zero to Hero Business Central. If you don't want to miss any of those videos, you should definitely subscribe to my channel. Thank you.